Camera, where are you? There you are. Oh yeah. Doot. Topic. It's 139. Oh yeah. Fire Demon Redux. Just because I got a little bit of a plan. Erogria, Zielin, Atski, what's up? Oh man, oh, so exciting times. It's what can I do? Where's the ASMR microphone? There you are. Hey everyone, Amir, how's it going? I'm gonna be over here. How's it going? It's so funny. Every time people see my chair, that it's like a wooden chair, they're like, "You're sitting in that?" But yeah, you'll be surprised because you can't slouch in it. It's hard wooden, so it's not comfortable to lean in, and you can't sink into it because it's just wooden paneling. So it makes me sit absolutely straight in my back. I never use the backrest, and I have positioned the table and the Cintiq at a height where if I slouch, I will put too much weight into my shoulder and the elbow. So it's like I need to sit straight. Oh shit! In order to I need to do this because my Wacom drivers are dead. 1 second. Restarting the service. I just need to make sure that you guys don't see anything you shouldn't see. Okay, let's see. Does it work? Yeah. Sorry about the black screen, people. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. There you go. We're back. I'm good, Amir. Hey, Invis Graphics, how's it going? Bruno Romanos. Erika, Frenchy, how's it going? Brendan Crampton, how's it going? Yeah, good for the abs. Oh yeah, these abs of steel. Not really. Really good, yeah, that's weird. Hey Sharsa, how's it going? Captain Bows. A good little tip for you on Windows, and when your Wacom drivers stop working and you're getting some problem, what you do is you click the Windows key and write services, and you'll get this screen pop up. And then you find Wacom Professional Service driver, and you click restart. And you need to switch off Photoshop or any program that is like input. But usually it works is like switch off Photoshop, and then you restart the driver. And what it does, it completely resets the driver in Windows. It doesn't remove information, it just kills the process and starts the process again, or the drivers. And then it's like restarting the computer, but specifically for that service. So you can get back the functionality, like if you lose pressure or it misbehaves, just switch off Photoshop, services, reset the driver, and you'll get it back. Like now, my Photoshop or Cintiq works perfectly again, just because I went and reset the driver. Ricky, all the judges have passed their judgment. I've prepared round 2 information as well. Tonight I will do the pairings and the movie. Ricky, yeah, was first of all is computer, right? Secondly is Wacom. All right, so yesterday lunch I painted this one, and it's like, yeah, it's nice. Like what's cool about it is the fire effect, right? But when you look at the design itself, it's like, I don't like it.
I feel like I should say something smart.
Hey, so much monsters is rating. That's crazy. Thank you very much, Joe. The man. Well, anyways, so I did this on my lunch yesterday. Like I said, the design isn't all that fascinating. What I do like about it is the effect of it. So what I'm gonna do is today I'm gonna design a fire demon that's a bit different, a lot more like Hulk-like, or like Meatball-like, or Ogre, rather than that. I changed up my process quite significantly when I started this. I started like ass backwards, and plus I got raided by like 200 people while I was doing it. So I was a bit annoyed by the one day that I experimented with process. I got raided by 200 people, but Captain Boast, it's every round. Joe, so much monsters, yeah, man. How dare they? How rude. All right. So the idea is that I'm going to redesign that demon, but correct process where I first will design and then paint, because I've been enjoying that like the dark fantasy route of doing those sketches. For those who don't know, I will quickly show you. So we're all on the same. We're all on the same. This series I've been doing fantasy topic, but I've been playing around with the classic interpretation of like a wizard or a mage, and try to come up with cool different fantasy topics or creatures or entities that we've all seen before, but we're tired of looking at. So I've been playing around with the idea of like what could these look like. So that's the idea. Long story short, blah blah blah. Let's go. Oh, timer is already on. Shit. Yeah. So now I want to design that big hunk fire demon, but I didn't like the design at all. But I do really like the effect. So what I want to do is like paint a new one. Usually what I've been doing in the Dark Fantasy series is I kind of sketch out the monster first, and when I'm happy with the monster, I start the painting process. And the previous fire demon, the one I showed you earlier, is I started painting the palette first, and then reverse engineered the design on top. And for me, that's that's a bad idea. So what I want to do today is I was annoyed. I was annoyed by the result. It's like waking up with a cold sweat in the middle of the night, like, oh, that design is horrible. Why did they raid me? So I'm I'm bound. I have to do something about it, right? So that's where I'm going now. I want to redesign it. I want to make it all nice and cool. Well, not cool because it's a fire demon, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Get some actual great shapes in there, some character in there, rather than like on the yesterday's lunch stream, a result fire demon. It's more like you, not to use the word impressed, but what the purpose of that is. That one is just the effect of the fire, and the effect of the fire is great. You know, like I really like the look of the fire, but the design is horrible. There is no design, rather. So now I want to design it, and then implement the fire on top. So hopefully, if all goes to plan, there will be a good design plus the fire. Nimlot, Joe, really? All right. I will. Oh, Nimlot is 3D. Cool. I will follow Nimlot then. Okay, now I'm following Nimlot. Cool. Alright, alright, alright. I'm gonna check that URL out after the stream. Cheers. Brandon, it will all be all the pairings, the result of the competition, or the result of round one, the judging, all the good stuff will be posted tomorrow on the stream. You'll get the results, who won 1v1. You'll get the judgings, you know, the points, who won, and also there's been some comments from the judges, which is great. So that will also be posted. So much monsters. If you see underneath the stream window, there's a button for Firestarter. I think there's also one for Unreal Bjorn, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Yeah, there's a button for it underneath. So if you click that, you'll get right in there the information there. Man, I'm scatterbrained today. I'm all over the place. Raided, having to save my honor by redoing shitty design, juggling Unreal Bjorn. So much things to do. So long story short, Unreal Bjorn is a knockout 1v1 or head-to-head art competition I've set up. This is the second year running. And there was 102 artists who joined in. round 2 will start tomorrow. Round 1 finished last Friday, so each contestant have 2 weeks to do the topic. And last round's topic was magical powers, so they all had that topic to work with for 2 weeks. And it's a kind of like do what you think is best type deal. So I won't be too specific in the topic. It will always be a bit open-ended, because in the end it's about who interprets the topic the best in their style, and executes their own game plan, the best, and or better than their opponent. So each round, the losers, they get knocked out, and they go into the comeback bracket, which shadows the winners. And in the end, all the losers that are knocked out get into the comeback bracket. There will only be one in the end who has fought their way back to the final. So when the winners proceed each round forward, there will be losers, right, being knocked out, and they will shadow the winners, and fight for a chance to come back. And this year we have prizes, and so on. So it's cool. If he has a shovel on his arm, this monster? No, it's armor. Was my favorite dark fantasy series. Ricky, on a scale of 1 to war correspondent, how much did I know that? I mean, I liked the fire demon from yesterday in terms of fire effect. I mean, the fire looked nice, I think, but it's just there was no design there, so I kind of I wasn't fond of it at all. What's my favorite dark fantasy series? Well, I think, I mean, I don't know if Labyrinth could be deemed as a dark fantasy, but it's definitely alternative fantasy. And the classic never dying Dark Crystal, Dark Crystal, and Never Ending Story. I think they're definitely more geared towards dark fantasy, but they're still like kids. I mean, Lord of the Rings is kind of dark fantasy, but there isn't really any other. I mean, Adrian Smith stuff, like what's his Project Blood? Is that what it's called? It's pretty cool, but there isn't really that much. I mean, mainstream dark fantasy happening. There is like projects here and there, but not really mainstream. I aim to try to change it. Kirill books. I don't know any dark fantasy books. I don't read dark fantasy books. I read Lord of the Rings. That's about it. I used to read a lot more than I do now, but no, I don't read that much anymore. I don't have time to sit down with 2 children. You have no calm time to sit and read. So a loser in the first round make less illustrations than the winners of each round. No, you fight your way. You go the same topic. You just have more. You just have the same opportunity to get back. Hate, Kirill. There we go. Hate. Yeah. The Genesis. Yeah, you could say that that's dark fantasy for sure. It's cool. Also, Marko Djurdjevic's other project, Orc. I think it's called Orc. I'd say that's also dark fantasy to some degree. It's also looking cool. Orcan, Kirill. Yeah, there we go. Orcan. That's the name of it. Orcan. Yeah, it looks really good. Orcan. Night Angel, Nimlot. Night Angel. That sounds. Is it like biblical? Then I don't know if it's fantasy really. Religious conscript. I don't know. Berserk. I don't know that one. Nimlot. Oh right. Iglesias. How I cope with family and art, or family and career. Yeah, it's a good one. What I found out the hard way is you gotta make sure you separate the two, and don't try to do the both. You know, get to an agreement of like hours or attention, so on, with your significant other, so that you there's always someone who can give the children attention and care, right? And like if I need to do extra hours or something, I will ask, and we come to an agreement that that's the case, and then I gotta then focus on, or she has to focus on, in my case. I mean, it shifts. We make sure that we talk to each other, right? So then I say, okay, you go do that. I'll take care of the children. But I won't, like, if I say that I will take care of the children, I go away from the computer, right? I go away from anything career related. So it's like children, yeah. Now it's daddy time, right? And then I tag the wife in, like, you're it. And then I don't think about the children. I think about career. So for me, I had to separate the two, or I would stress myself to death trying to do both half-assed. Yeah, I do a lot of projects and things at night when they're sleeping. That's for sure. Like boss. I don't like those ears it looks like he's having. Just stupid. I kind of liked yesterday's head design, kind of, that it had a bit of horns, which is, you know, oh, demon with horns. Surprise. But it looked cool. So I'm gonna add those in. And a little bit of design to them. So I won't be able to stream today on my lunch, but my intention is to stream like the continuation of this. What do you draw at night looks ugly in the morning? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. that's another thing also. It's like if I'm going to sit and work at night, I have to focus, right? I can't half-ass that either. Then it's just a waste of time, right? So if I decide like, okay, I'm gonna do this illustration for these people now, I make sure that I get it done. I don't sit and Facebook. You know. But as with anything, um, it's important that your family are taken care of if you decided to have a family. And part of that is emotional. You got to be there for them, you got to talk to them, you got to love them. And another part is also whoever provides, right? And in my family unit, it's both. My wife is a clothes designer, so she has to do her job as well. So we make sure that both get to do what they need to do. Which is, it has its own hardships. Bruno Romanos, how can you stream me on your lunch? Well, I don't eat my lunch. I stream for you guys instead of eating. Burn that candle from both both ends. Hey, Suzanne. Nice to see you here. We're a fashionable couple. I don't know. My wife is great with fashion, and she dresses and puts clothes on the kids. That's great. I don't care about stuff like that to the same extent, obviously. So I mean, I think they look great. Way better than I have energy to put effort into. So I'm happy. I mean, besides, if she's like works for a international clothing company and design, high-end clothes, who am I to like? No, don't wear that jumper. She got the skills in that department, so it's like pointless for me to argue what they should be wearing. Even to the point where sometimes she puts out like a pile of clothes and says, "Put those on the kid." It's like, all right, I'll do that. It is what it is. Voodoo breakfast. Yeah, that's correct. Tomorrow is the round 2 announcement and results of the judges. Suzanne, yeah, exactly. When people are of that caliber, when it comes to clothes and like matching colors and this is the way the pants should look, it's like you're the pro here. It's the same with my like cutting my hair. I don't go to the barber and tell him how to cut my hair. Like I just go there, like, all right, do your job. It's like I have no knowledge in. I mean, I have an opinion, but that doesn't matter. If it's a stupid opinion when it comes to if the opinion is correct or not when it comes to what it should look like. So I just go to my barber and sit down, and then he cuts my hair and grooms my beard, and it looks great. Sometimes it's like, whoa, that's a weird decision, but all right, you're the pro, and then I'll just accept it. The only time I had to stop him was he cut my beard like with a like super sharp edge, and I was like, okay, let's not do that again. Okay, that's not my that's not my style. I don't like sport that high contrast, super sharp like beard edge. Suzanne, yeah, yeah. Everything was like super groomed and very like highly accurate and like I was like, nah, man. I had to, I couldn't. So for 1 month, more or less, that was my look. That was a hard month. Like look in the mirror, I was like, oh, you fucker. Like, not towards the barber, but like that thing, this thing. I was like, why do you look the way you do? Oh, but it is what it is. That's just sad, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, Playmobil beard. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. The clip-on plastic beard. Oh, that's a horrible leg. I think when it comes to appearances, I don't really care that much what I look like in terms of like my inner vision. Like, oh, I can't wear a leather jacket because it's not me. you know, I'm not that at all. For me, a lot of it is fit. It has to fit in a specific way, not so much what it looks like. Well, it has to look in the way it fits, but you know, for me, a lot of it come with me wearing clothes is like proportions of the fabric or the fit, how it sits on the body, for me to enjoy it. A lot of times I can like walk away from really great looking clothes if it just doesn't sit right. And opposite, like it's really ugly, not really really ugly, but where comfort takes, uh, well, the fit rather. Like sometimes I buy pants that I don't like or that my wife likes, uh, the look of, but the fit is okay. So I'm like, all right, whatever, I'll wear them. I think it's for me that's the biggest part. And besides the whole like it doesn't like the vanity of like, oh, I can't wear a leather jacket because it's not me. It doesn't apply to me because when I look in the mirror, what I see in the mirror doesn't not reflect correctly who I think I am. Anyways, like this monkey suit is not like what my internal image of who I am is, which is a weird thing to say, But when I see myself, like in photos or in the reflection, it's like, who's that? Or not really that. It's like, hey, who are you? Not that much, but yeah, my internal image of who I am is not reflected in what I actually look like. Would be interesting to sometime try to really analyze like who I envision myself being with like a crime portrait artist, and you sit and explain like how you imagine yourself, who you are, and then them drawing it. I think that would be fascinating. Avoid breakfast. Body dysmorphia? No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, like, I know that this is my body. But I mean, if you think about who you are as a, like, not like the representation of you as in a photo, but if you could take like the camera and flip it of who is in here, it doesn't, for me it doesn't match. I don't know what's right or wrong, or if I'm broken. Most likely it's because I'm broken. But yeah, no, I've always found that my like monkey suit doesn't reflect my inner thing, whatever is in there, you know. That's, I sound so basket case like. Please don't come and take me away to the psych ward. I promise I'm not broken. Oh shit. I hear myself explaining that, and it's just holy shit. But it's true though. That's how I see it. I don't see my inside and outside matching. But again, I don't see myself as, when I see myself in the mirror, it's not like, who's that? I know that that's me, you know. It's not like I'm surprised. But it's more like a disappointment. It's like, oh yeah, that's what the monkey suit looks like. All right. Oh well. It is what it is, and then I walk away. Alessandro, yeah, man. Yeah, he looks amazing in that movie. Iglesias, yeah, it's like the hand sneaks in. It's like, yeah, that's better. All right, so let me just switch off the screen. Today's drawing was, I was like, I'm all over the place, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So let's go and look. So this was the drawing I did yesterday's lunch, where I didn't really like the design because it's like too noisy. But there is some cool elements I want to reintroduce to the redraw I did here. I want to like have some of these spikes on the chest, on the back. It looks cool. I want him to, I think this concept, he became a little bit too squat. So when I go back to this, I'm going to stretch and pull and reconfigure a little bit of pieces, making him feel a little bit more tank-like, play with the proportions. But I think I want to paint it to that effect and further, because this was just a lunch sketch. But the general idea is it's getting there. It's getting there. So I think it was worth revisiting. Oh no. I'm an idiot. I was showing you a black screen. Rip my Idiot brain. That's how smart I am, right? So next time I look in the mirror, I'm gonna be looking in the mirror like black screen. Ah, why are you the way you are, Bjorn? Just kidding, just kidding. But yeah, there's like some spike elements, spiky things I really want to reintroduce to this. Push and pull elements. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. It's quite Diablo-esque. I mean, it's a little bit like a heavy metal balrog, yeah. But yeah. So let's see who we can raid. What's Tofu Senshi doing? She usually makes interesting things. She's making Overwatch fan art or study. Digital. All right. Let's raid her. Is that how you spell her name? No, that's not how you spell her. Alright, so invalid username. Yeah. Right, so as per usual, I'm gonna do the outro, then switch us over. Yeah, exactly, Ricky. Have a great day. Good night if you're that part of the world. I'm gonna continue on this on tomorrow morning. After the announcement of the round 2 results, round 1 results, and round 2 topics and pairings, and so on, so on, so on. Have a great day, everyone. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging out with me every damn morning. And you have to be able to laugh at yourself a bit. So don't take yourself too serious today. Have a great one. Bye.